Hello everyone, my name is Pontus. This is a word of caution for anyone looking to purchase microphones on eBay. Well, I was the one that fell for this, which is, I should have known better, but this is a Neumann KM184 advertised on eBay. It looked in pretty good condition, and I took some screen grabs of what the posting looked like, and just want others to be aware. This is what the packet came like from the post office, United States Postal Service. That was my first kind of inkling that something was not 100% right here. The packages came like that. This was the only packing material, except for that plastic that it came in, which is odd for such a fancy, expensive mic that you would ship it like this. But this is how the microphone came when it arrived here. This is the box itself, and most of the things looked pretty good as far as the box goes. And didn't see any kind of weird misspellings. It looked like they'd basically copied the product exactly. This is the manual, and the manual, or the instruction booklet that came with this, it looks slightly odd. The cut is not straight on top. The box itself was off. It wasn't correct. And this is just me kind of looking at the microphone, taking it up. So when you look at this box, that looks pretty legit from the outside, I think, just having dealt with other Neumann products. Then when you open the box, it's still, okay. But, it was a little bit dirty, and you get this chemical smell, which was not very pleasant. And that's the logo, and that's, it's okay. It just started to look, the wooden box is really when I got suspicious. And also the pamphlets, it was a little, had a little bit of smudge on it for being a new product. And again, the lines were not straight. And then coming back to the box, the wooden box is very cheap made. And the latches are, they're not good quality at all. The foam inside the box, and again, the wooden box reeked of chemicals. This cutout here was very poorly made and was not accurate. Something you expect to see in a Neumann. The threading inside there is not what was kind of listed, and this is not the correct extension for the mic. Same thing with the windscreen. You take them out and you see it's poorly cut out. There's kind of edges there. So that was something that I just kind of also suspected. And the actual windscreen themselves were also poor quality. It's not properly done. This is not a good quality windscreen. And looking at the microphone itself, with the Neumann logo there, it feels quite cheap the way it's put on. It's not flush again, like in the picture. So, and it's protruded, it didn't sit properly. So those were my signs that this is probably a fake Neumann. I got in touch with Neumann as well, and they pretty much said this is probably counterfeit. And they basically said, you want to do a counterfeit test, but it costs money, and I'm hoping to get my money back from eBay. I have requested a return for this item, and this is what it would look like if you see these kind of posting. And I hope that this is worthwhile for you when you do your research. I was trying to look for a similar kind of video on YouTube. I didn't see any, but just be mindful that these postings are out there on eBay for quite a few of these Neumann products. And they're probably, if it's too good to be true, it is probably that. Too good to be true. Go to a reputable dealer.